Look, I'm gonna try to talk about this movie with no spoilers as much as I possibly can, but you're on the internet. Live like you're in the 1980s. Like, don't jump on the internet at all until you see this movie if you don't want to be spoiled. Algae Rhythm is not gonna care about what's a spoiler or not a spoiler. Algae Rhythm is gonna show you everything on their homepage, on their For You page. They don't care. So I'm just letting you know. But that being said, here's my thoughts and impressions on Spider-Man No Way Home. I love this movie! Oh my God, I loved it. Again, no spoilers as much as I can, but this was all in the trailer, so I ain't spoiling too much. So everyone knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That's affecting him, that's affecting his family, that's affecting his friends, and he don't know what to do about it. So Spider-Man feeling all bad about this is like, hey, Dr. Strange, I need you to do me a little favor with your magic stuff. Can you make a spell so that no one remembers that I am Spider-Man? But in typical Peter Parker fashion, he messes up Dr. Strange's spell, and now because of that mess up, Spider-Man villains from other universes are showing up in this universe, and they're going after Peter Parker, even if it isn't their Peter Parker. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's all the plot I'm gonna give. That was in the trailer. There it is. I love this movie. This movie is very funny, especially with how all the characters interact with each other, because you gotta remember, since we're getting some classic Spider-Man villains from other movies, some of them know each other, some of them are meeting for the first time, and Peter is meeting all of them for the first time. So that's obviously gonna lead to some interesting interactions and dialogue between the different characters, while also untangling the plot of why they're all here. It's a lot of fun. This movie is so much fun. The characters are fun, the cast are bringing it. You can tell they're having a good time, but it's also dramatic as well. It's actually, for it to have so much comedy, it's probably one of the most dramatic Spider-Man movies, probably one of the most dramatic Marvel Studios movies, because Peter Parker's going through a lot here. His identity's been revealed, his friends are in danger, he might be arrested. Like, there's just a lot going on with Peter. He has to deal with a lot of stuff at the beginning of this movie, and he has to deal with some more stuff as the movie progresses. But the movie is very good at balancing both the fun, exciting, and action-packed moments, as well as the smaller, character-driven, and dramatic moments. It's very good to see the movie do that. And then on top of that, they also have the added nostalgia factor of these classic villains. And maybe other stuff. Yeah, man, the nostalgia train is riding hard and fast with this movie. And I know there's gonna be some critics out there going, oh, it's fan service, oh, it's nostalgia pandering, oh, it's member berries. What did you expect? Like, people did that with Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like, did you really think you were gonna go into Ghostbusters Afterlife with a completely brand new story? You knew they were gonna have some Ghostbusters nostalgia. This is the same way with Spider-Man nostalgia. You knew what you were getting into. The moment you saw in the trailer Doc Ock going, hello, Peter, you knew what was up. When that second trailer and you had Goblin flying in, everything. You knew this was gonna be nostalgia times. So, of course, bring it. But what's good about the nostalgia in this, what's good about the fan service in this, is it's not just fan service just for the sake of fan service. Every moment of anything with this movie is always connected back to Peter. Like, I could see somebody wanting to just go buck wild and just throw every possible reference they could in this movie, but this movie was very smart in knowing exactly what type of nostalgia to throw in there and why to throw it in there. Because with everything that's going on, with the high moments, with the low moments, with the happy moments, with the sad moments, with the dramatic moments, the comedy moments, with the nostalgia and the fan service, this movie is still about Peter Parker. It's about who he's supposed to be, the person he's supposed to become, and what it means to be Spider-Man. And I think that's what is very, very good. That's where you can see with the writing and the directing and with the cast that they kept that in mind. As much as they're gonna let you have a crowd-pleasing good time, this is a story about Peter. It's about his evolution into his role as a superhero and all of the good and the consequences that can come from being that. And I love that. Oh, it's just so good. Oh my gosh. Whew. And then there's other stuff in the movie I can't even talk to you about yet. And of course, it's a Marvel movie, so you know, stay during the credits, watch all the credits all the way to the end, so that way you can get some extra surprises about this movie. Or maybe even another movie. I don't know. I have been thinking about this movie literally since I saw it. Like, as of recording this video, it'll be 3 days ago. I have not stopped thinking about this movie. And I've not stopped thinking about how I want to see it again. This is definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. Absolutely. Absolutely one of my favorites of the year. Just what they were able to pull off with this movie is just fascinating. This could have been a mess, but they did it. And they did it so well, and I enjoyed it so much. And without saying what happens in it, at the end of it, it really brings up the question, what's next? What's next specifically for Spider-Man? And who will be in charge of it when it happens? Yeah, man, I really love this movie. Good job, Marvel Studios. Good job, Sony, because we knew there was that little time period where we thought they weren't going to work out. I'm glad y'all worked it out. I'm glad y'all hugged it out, because this is the result of studios working together, even though characters are in different hands. Like, this is nice. I love this. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this rambling about my love for Spider-Man No Way Home. Thank you so much for being here. I love you like a play cousin. I'm out 5,000.